Hi everyone! Today I am going to be sharing some more fall decor inspiration with a vintage take. And I want to recommend 4 easy things that you can use for your fall decorations to achieve that vintage look. One of the best things you can use as far as vintage pieces go to decorate with is art. You can find some gorgeous pieces, and not just the art itself, but also those vintage frames. Some of these are just truly beautiful, and these are pieces that if you find something that really speaks to you and really just gives off that feeling that you're wanting to have in your home, I would recommend getting it, because this is something that you can have year after year and use year after year, rather than it being some trendy little thing that you end up just throwing away or getting rid of the next season. Our next vintage item to decorate for fall is going to be vases. And I'm going to recommend to think outside of the vase. We're also looking for vintage baskets, vintage glass, and really anything that we can put some fall foliage inside of. There are so many gorgeous options displayed here, and I really want to give some inspiration on what you can do, the colors that you can use, and again, just thinking outside of your typical vase and going for any of those antique items, such as this watering can, and how cute does that look with some florals coming out of it. Here's one I loved so much, and it's on this amazing Lazy Susan, probably one of the prettiest Lazy Susans I've ever seen, to be honest. But instead of florals, you can also use fruits that are of the season or veggies that are of the season. This one even had a little bit of potpourri. I just think that's another take on adding foliage or florals. If you're not really into that, you could go with that instead. Next, we have probably one of my favorite decor items, and that is books. And as you guys can see, the way that these are thoughtfully styled and placed, you really can make vintage books stand out. And if you're going for a fall look, I would recommend using some more of those fall colors, your reds, oranges, yellows, deep greens, deep blues even. And honestly, you just can't go wrong with some vintage books, and the way they're displayed really does matter. So make it look cute and you have a winning decorative piece for your vintage look. I really loved the color and style of that Rembrandt book, and I ended up not getting it. I couldn't find a price on it, but that leads me into this next and last vintage recommendation, and that is going to be fabrics. So rugs, throws, pillows, anything that gives that texture and that cozy feel to a space is something that I recommend picking up and getting started with for your vintage collection and for your vintage fall decorative pieces. Now, this piece is probably not something I would have in my home, but I just thought it was so interesting. And of course, my daughter loved it because it was so soft and fluffy. I love the coloring that was in this little guy, but it was quite small, and I know these are vintage pieces, handmade, so $45, that's pretty good, and shout out to my mom because I think you could make a lot of money selling yours. Oh, you guys, I loved this one so much, and I could not find the price. But of course, as I'm editing this video, there it is. So I may have to go back and get that one. I just love these vintage throws. I think they're so cozy. They give so much character, and really that is the goal with the vintage style. Collect those vintage pieces that you can use year after year and really fall in love with your home because it's things that you have curated and picked because you love them. These crocheted table covers are extra special to me. They always remind me of my abuela. She has made them for years, and she actually recently gave me one that she made. So I'm absolutely going to be using that for my fall decorations. In fact, it's on my table right now and just needs a little more styling, so that way it is perfect for this fall season. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoy having you here. I hope you got some awesome vintage inspiration. For more of that, you can check out my vintage autumn aesthetic video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.